I live in a 12-floor building downtown. It's nothing fancy, just an old high-rise with faded paint, a cracked lobby tile here and there, and the kind of creaking pipes that make you double-check every door before bed. I've lived here for a few years, and nothing unusual has ever happened. Until yesterday. It started as a perfectly ordinary day. I finished work late and decided to take the elevator down to the lobby instead of the stairs. The elevator doors slid open with their usual squeak, and I stepped inside. The fluorescent lights flickered once, then stabilized. I pressed the button for 1, my thumb hovering for just a second longer than usual because the flickering lights made me uneasy. The elevator jolted slightly as it began its descent. I watched the numbers count down: 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then, suddenly, it stopped. The number on the panel blinked. 14. I frowned. My building only has 12 floors. I pressed 1 again. Nothing. The elevator shuddered and then slowly, almost deliberately, the doors slid open. I stepped out. The hallway stretched ahead of me, dimly lit, long, and unfamiliar. The walls were painted a peeling shade of gray, with dark stains I couldn't identify. The carpet had a thick, moldy smell. And the numbers on the doors, 14, 15, 16, confirmed it. I was no longer on any floor I had ever seen. Okay, I muttered to myself. Maybe it's a maintenance floor. Maybe the elevator malfunctioned. I tried to stay calm. My phone was in my pocket. I pulled it out, no signal. Not even a bar. I took a tentative step forward. The floor creaked under my weight, an unnatural sound that echoed far too loudly down the hallway. My pulse raced. I wanted to turn back to the elevator, but the doors had already slid shut behind me. I banged on them, shouted, pressed every button I could reach, but nothing happened. Then I heard it, footsteps. Slow, deliberate. Coming from the far end of the hallway. They weren't just footsteps, they had weight. They weren't light like a human's, and they weren't soft like an animal's. They were somewhere in between. I froze. The steps stopped. Silence. My breath was loud in my ears. I thought about running, but running seemed dangerous. Somehow this floor, this hallway, had rules I couldn't understand. Then I saw it, a shadow. It moved along the wall, long and distorted, but it didn't belong to anything I could see. It didn't seem to obey the normal laws of physics. It stretched, twisted, and then receded back into the darkness. I stepped back and tripped over something. A shoe? No. A hand? Human? No, something else. Cold, rigid, almost metallic. I scrambled to my feet and ran, my only thought to find the elevator, to find a way back. As I ran, I noticed the doors on either side of the hallway. Numbered 15, 16, 17, and beyond. Each one slightly ajar, revealing rooms I didn't recognize. Rooms that weren't in the building when I moved in. Rooms with furniture covered in sheets, and shadows moving beneath them, twitching. I reached what I thought was the end of the hallway. The floor beneath me groaned, and I realized I wasn't on carpet anymore. The texture had changed, slightly sticky, cold. I leaned over to look, and saw a series of footprints in the dust. They weren't mine. They were huge, irregular, and heading in the same direction I had just come from. I turned around, and they were no longer there. A low hum began, vibrating in the walls, in the floor, in my chest. The air grew thick, heavy. My lungs burned. I couldn't tell if I was moving forward or backward. The shadows stretched closer, crawling along the walls toward me. And then I saw it. The elevator. Its doors were open. But it wasn't the elevator I had entered. The inside was dark, infinite. I could see nothing, not even a reflection of myself. And then I realized, it was moving. Descending. Not toward my floor, but deeper, farther into something I couldn't name. I had no choice. I ran and jumped in. The doors closed behind me. The elevator plummeted, faster and faster. The numbers on the panel counted up: 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, then 30, 40, 50, until the lights flickered out completely. I screamed, hitting every button. And then, silence. The doors opened. I was back in my building. The familiar carpet, the familiar creaking floors, the dim hallway outside my apartment door. Nothing had changed, except for the lingering hum in my ears, the cold that wouldn't leave my body, and the faint sound of footsteps, echoing above me. I've avoided the elevator since then. I take the stairs. Every day, every night. But sometimes, when the building is quiet, I swear I hear the elevator doors sliding open somewhere far above me. I hear the creak of the floors, the echo of footsteps, and the whisper of numbers I've never seen. And sometimes I think I hear something calling my name from the elevator.